Hello everyone. We're back. It is PM session time, and this might be one of those sessions that we are just trying to keep each other out of trades. I've been busy, and I did have one look, obviously, at the charts. I'm like, okay. Is there really something to trade? It's very low probability again, right? So we'll see. I'm not really very eager to trade, but we'll see. We'll just have a look and just hang out. I guess that's the main purpose. And if there's a trade, there is, and if not, we just. I guess this is a. We can talk about other things. Maybe if there's any suggestions of people. Um, we'll see. Yeah. So tomorrow morning I need to do stuff. I won't be at home. So the London session I have to cancel for now, but I think it's not really a bad thing because of price action is like this, and I think it has to do with the FOMC tomorrow, the Fed cut rates, etc. So it's always like, I mean, most of the times it is sort of predictable, right? But I think I'll do a stream after 2 because I believe it's 2 p.m. that we have the news. So I think that might be a nice one. But for now, we're just gonna watch. And again, just saying that all these levels, it's so it's just choppy and it just doesn't really respect. Well, it does respect some things, but there's hardly any imbalance. Well, there are some few very fair value gaps, but hey, let's have a look at gold because I believe that is much more interesting than NQ. What has been going on with gold? I think I might just, if I just put up a trade, it might just be a paper trade though. Just not sure about anything. I'm using these daily wicks, ICT wicks, and beautiful. Let me show you on this higher time frame. So this gray box is the opening range gap, and we are above the 50%. This is 50% graded, and now I wonder what this little what this line is. I can't remember. What is those dotted? Oh, I have to do it like so. So I don't even know what's on my chart. Go to the 5 minute. Seems like it already grades the quarters, right? I think that's new then from, I guess that's what TradingView now does, that it grades quarters. Let me see. I guess so, right? Because it's exactly the quarter levels. It's not nothing. I thought maybe it's some level that I have, but it's not. So now we have, I think I like that they do that. So that means I don't have to, I can just use to add the 1/3. That's interesting because that saves us another line. That gives the charts a little bit cleaner. So yeah, I think it'll be a very quiet session today because I think a lot of people have already either passed out behind the charts or they're just gone because price action has been so shitty. Literally, NQ and ES were unsynced, I believe. And yeah, look at this price action. It does go up, but 940 was a nice one above here. Retest of the first presented at 1040. I noticed a lot of the time those retests lately this week has been between the 20 and 40 minutes after the hour. I think it's interesting to witness, I guess. Maybe it has been always like that and I just never saw that. I think I want to check as well if there was SMT here on gold this morning, right? This was the morning, yeah. But anyway, I want to show you guys that you see the colored lines, the daily, and how beautifully now they are respected again. I'm using these wicks here. So what I did, I'm using the longest one, but because this body goes over this one here, I'm just using the body, but then the wick of this one because this sort of has been balanced, this little area. But I think this wick is the better one. I still need to test that though. So what I'm testing right now, because ICT, he just showed, he says, yeah, I'll take the longest one and the one that's most, that has the longest wick. But I'm like, okay, but this one is further down. It's longer, but it has been balanced. So I'm just testing if I still should use the whole wick or should I, let out this little part that has been balanced. So far, it looks like let me show you on the 15 minute. So it's been rejecting from the 25% and, let me just double check if I try it without the, so the just a whole wick, if that gives any difference. And I'm checking S&T as well. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter on this side here, though. So let's see. Guys, have you been trading today? Just curious. I think it was a very nasty day, right? I mean, just hope no one lost an account or something. Or more important, play their live account. Let me check if there's S&T on silver with this area. 11:45. We took out 28 October, 2 o'clock. 11:45. 11:45. 2 a.m. Okay, I'm just gonna check what's it. Because lately, yesterday as well in the PM session, what I noticed, the only thing that was actually reliable was the S&T. And even though price action was shit, there was one trade we went over. And even though it was sort of like we went back and forth because we didn't like the price action, but I looked this morning and I was like, okay, it was the S&T. And even though the move wasn't really big, but I guess that was the only valid. I can't remember what trade we looked at. I think it was gold yesterday as well. And it was, I think Bill Clinton, he asked about, an amazing Bill Clinton came to my stream. He asked about silver. And I guess that's where we noticed that there was S&T. But, okay, well, even though I check now, it doesn't really matter because this looks bullish again still. So it looks like it still wants to go up. Well, remember these days, guys, that we had like distribution rules and easy price action? Remember those? That you have like AMD and you could really clearly see the manipulation and then you take the distribution move or you had a breaker retest. Remember that? Those were really nice. It feels so long ago. Breaker retest, whatever we want to be retested. Oh, I need to check. That's my cats fighting, or something else, or dogs, cats. I need to check. Hold on. Oh gosh, it's like a fucking zoo in here. Here we are. Okay. Well, nothing really happened, but I'm still gonna check with the. God, I need to do more workout. I'm tired from walking the stairs up and down already. It's ridiculous. I'm so young. I'm not really. Not that young. But I was looking at SMT. Okay, that doesn't really matter. Now, what did we take out? I need to check that. Do not confuse the two. Oh, wow, that's a big difference. So gold really did not go very high, and actually silver took out a much higher level. That's interesting. Wow. Everything's so out of sync. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let's see if NQ has reached its max potential, or is it going to go a little bit higher? The main post it, you're gonna go through, then I'll go through yours. Here we go. Okay, okay. Now Nasdaq. Let's see if it has another leg higher to go. So it's going to take out its own high again, and let's see if it's going to go to. I wouldn't be surprised if it is going to go to 2615-ish. It already rejected in that week, so I'm just gonna pay. Guys, I'm just gonna paper trade, to be honest, today, because it's just such a shitty price action. Just gonna practice executions and stuff like that, and stop loss placements. I really don't like this price action, but I do wanna, 26. Let me see. Does this match up? Oh, it is too high. 2600. Let's see. Okay, now it's spiking up. See, I said 2615-ish. Now, what level is this? 220. Anyone else? Have you been trading at all, or is it just watching and waiting for better price action? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna mark this breaker. I don't think we're gonna get any retest, to be honest, because it just, we didn't even get a retest of yesterday's proper levels, which some normally when you have these levels and it doesn't do it on Okay, and it comes really close. You get those retests later, and we didn't even get them today. It's really crazy. I mean, it's, let me see. I want to change this in the breaker. Let's see if there's a 5-minute breaker. I want to see if there's a 5-minute one. It's a little bit more significant. No, there's not. Well, there's a bearish one. A potential bearish one, I should say, for the future. Okay, on the 3-minute, there's also not really. Well, yeah, we can. No, we cannot consider. We can consider this one. Here we go. If we have a body close above this one could become a breaker. And it's very funny. This one is also a very potential. When it goes back to the downside, we also have a bearish breaker here, I guess. But it has to. We have to first have a close above it, and then. Yeah, so let's mark. I'm going to mark this large one because it's actually quite interesting. The only thing that I don't like about that you have a very large range to retest. But I guess I like this area. It sort of looks like a very juicy area too. And it's just above the opening range gap as well. Let's see. We need a body close just above this candle here. Here we go. Oh. Wow, look at that. Okay. Well, we got a body close. Wow, is someone in a long in NQ? I hope so. But when would you get in? Well, golly, look at that. I guess, when you have this price action at some point. Accumulation, manipulation. Are we going to get the distribution to the downside? Okay. Well, that was a feisty move. Ooh, and Q, you shocked me after a day like today. Yeah. 12:31. Well, that's what you get normally that's why I like this lunchtime, but this was really hard to get in unless you maybe. Oh, this is nice. Here, flat bottom. We're going to get the distribution to the downside now. I think this is. Well, I said 115, but we got more. Let me see if I can have if I have any calculations on a higher level. Shit. Don't have anything there. To calculate that. Also not. 114. So I go higher. Okay, so it might go a little bit. 26,147 maybe. Oh, that's where it was. Oh, that's where it went. Yeah, no, that's where it almost. Yeah, okay. I think it's done. Maybe I think it wouldn't. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes lower. I think the range is in. Let's see. What time is it? 12:33. I like that. Okay, I'm paper trade, guys. Only paper trade. It's gonna go. Oh shit! I need to. I'm not gonna put my anything real on the line on this price action today. I'm gonna really save my bullets for a better price action. Oh, I want to get in. Okay. Now I have some TPs, but it's going to be a long. I think this is a good trade. Above here. This is my trade. I think it's going to go blasting through the opening range gap. So the yellow box, the opening range gap. Well, it could also just go up again, but let's see. You know, it went already over 50%, right? So it took the 50% is here. The body just slightly and just a wick here. So do we have SMT? That's a good one. Do not forget to check SMT. So we have this wick here, 1230 wick. Well, you know, sometimes that's really tricky when the SMT is in these. It could be, well, it's 1234. I checked the 15-minute one, so it doesn't really. But that could be on the lower time frame sometimes on days like this. And then if you miss it, it's like, let's see what, Q, ES. Oh, ES also took out that high. 1215. ES took out 915. ES took out 915. And we also did the same. But we had a SMT on 930 with 915. Still could go up, yeah. It's not really, but and now it goes back into the consolidation. Okay, let's see. Now the 1235 is right over here. Oh, why is that happening all the time? Now where's my 1202? Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this, all these boxes. Boom. 1202 is important. I want to see go below this blue root candle, so that's the 1202. It's a very important time for me. We already had a retest here, boom, to the upside. So I really hope now that it's going to go below. This is a root candle. All those blue boxes are root candles. That means times that have. Yes, Philip, that's very correct. It's South Africa here, and it is now here. Let me see. Where's my phone? Even though it's summer here, obviously we're opposite than most European. It's quarter to 7 almost in the evening, but it gets darker very fast. So the moment it starts getting like 6ish, and in summertime, you know, it's dark at 7ish when we have the longest day, or maybe 6:30ish. But we don't have long days like I used to have in the Netherlands in summertime, like until 11 p.m. Right, that's summer. But yeah, it goes dark. It's funny when I did the AM sessions or with the New York sessions for Hola Prime, I would be live and people were like, "Huh? It was just light in your place, and suddenly it's just dark." Because then I started in daylight and then suddenly it was dark. So, but anyway, where you were in the U.S., right? Or am I? Maybe we never spoke about that anyway. But yeah, guys, I'm not putting anything on the line now with this price action. I'm gonna save my bullets, and I'm so busy with paperwork because I'm selling a property of mine here, and you don't want to know in South Africa how much paperwork is involved, and you have to go back and forth to the print. Then I have to go find a commissioner of oath who I need to sign in front of someone, and then I get another piece of paper. They forgot something, and I have to go again to the police station, and I have to wait for hours. So there's just really so much work. It's taking up so much time right now that yeah. So tomorrow, hopefully, the last day that I have to do things, and then I'm finally over and done with. They love paperwork here. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Paperwork and unnecessary. Well, how can I say that? Well, you know, but some things really work very well here, I must say. But it takes a lot of time. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that. You know, it's so hard. This price action really now. Oh, you're in Germany. What is your trading one? Do you trade? Yes, yeah. This is I trade prop firm at the moment, only funded next, and I do have an own account at Ironbeam where I trade just it's my live account. But normally I trade prop firm. I'm basically only trade prop firm, evaluation, and funded. And I also do a lot of paper trading because that's the way how I don't backtest anymore. I forward test. That's how I improve my executions. And like today, I know this is for me a very good day to. I treat my paper trades just as my normal trades, so I really journal them. I go very deep into like, okay, what I was looking for, why did I get in the trade, what is my model there, because I'm a distribution trader, so you heard me say, so I'm looking for this longer trade, right? But I might be wrong, because sometimes there is like a different, like a little bit of, like I said, okay, this might be I'm sort of expecting that this was the move and that we're going now down. So that's why I said, okay, this is the AMD. So we had, but on days like this, it could be totally wrong. Accumulation, the manipulation, distribution. But now because we're getting so much chop, and obviously I do have, what is my model? Okay, my model, I've got one model, and that is my 10-4 model. But that's normally plays out in between, before 11 a.m. But so you see the 10 o'clock has been printing here. And now the only tricky thing is normally I would do that before 11 a.m. because then I want the 10 o'clock printed. The price should go below the 10 a.m. and then go in the direction. And because it's also below this opening range gap, it didn't happen. So sometimes it's a belated play, but I have not, now you see the 5 a.m. here. Why do I put the 5 a.m. here? It's because London time has gone 1 hour behind already, right? But Eastern has not. So this week is always confusing for me because if I use my time-based models with London time, like 4 a.m., sometimes I also do some models with 3 a.m. London time and 2 a.m. But this week is a little bit weird because I'm sort of always struggling with that 1 week. Like I think the 2nd of November, New York goes, we have the time change as well, like the daylight savings times, right? So then everything is flat again. But this week is always a little bit, because it should be the 4 o'clock, but I'm like, you know what? It might be 5 o'clock this time. So I'm just sort of like watching it a little bit. Yeah. So I'm actually hoping, but then again, you should have said, oh, but why didn't you just wait until your 10 o'clock has been passed through? Yes, that's a valid point. I technically should have waited. But the thing is, why did I not wait? Because my risk, because I thought, I actually want to get in here. Now, come to think of it, I actually also could have used my root candle as a premium discount. So if it would go out of the root candle, it actually invalidates the trade as well. So you can see I'm totally not on my game. I don't have the, I could have had much better risk reward and I would have been stopped out basically around this area now. But when a body goes over this, I might just get out as well because then we are going above the root candle of the 1235 root candle, and that is actually also an invalidation of the short for now. On the other hand, I like the wick and I like another wick into it. That means we have the rejection already, but that also could mean that this now is liquidity because we had already the rejection here. If there would have been no wick in here, I would have thought, okay, we could get in and then my short would be more probable if it would reject in here and then go down. Now, once I get stopped out here, I am not so sure about my my short. No, hey, listen, it's a valid question. I think a lot of people, I don't know. Well, for me, I wouldn't mind if somebody would trade from our own account if they just go over some things. But I think it's sort of. I think it's. I do see the value of if you trade prop, you want to also, because if you trade prop, obviously I trade my prop accounts different than I do my live account. So I think it's a valid question too. And I'm always very open about it, whatever I do, if it's only a paper trade or if I mimic it on my account and if it's my evaluation or my funded. I have not traded my own account on stream so far, because I do think that people are more into. I think most people do trade prop actually nowadays, and I think it's a nice idea maybe to do next month to start a prop an evaluation and do it together. Like we only trade, let's see how fast we can get to pass the challenge, and then on when it's a funded maybe to get to payout. Because what I really like about funded next is that funded next has the rapid challenge, so you can pass the evaluation in one day, and there's no consistency rule. But once you passed, then you have the consistency rule. But they have fast payouts. In 3 days you can have a payout. So I like it because for me psychologically, I just get if it takes too long for me to pass an evaluation, it just works negatively for me for some reason. I don't know. It's just something I don't mind not to trade it, but if I have to trade it and if it takes 5 days or something, I just don't. So I love the rapid. So check it out. No affiliate link, but I really like them. Yeah. I'm not moving my stop. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out because I need to journal it. My stop should have been, my trade is technically already invalidated. My only hope is that if it rejects in this week, but I don't think so. I think this is going to go, we'll see. I mean, you can say anything now, right? I mean, it's so, there's not really no logic to this price action. Anyway, so Philip, do you trade prop firms or do you have your own account? I think it's good to have both, right? Because when I have my funded, and there's large distribution days, and you run out of your trading options because otherwise you have your consistency rules not met. Then I do trade my funded my own account, but I usually do that off stream, to be honest. Because obviously there's no consistency rules and stuff like that. Yeah. Has anyone traded today? I need to be stopped out so I can journal this. I made a stupid mistake. So for me, like I said, when I see root candles, we use them as premium discount. And technically, if it goes back over it invalidates the trade already. And now looking at this structure as well, we had a retest. We also can use them as retest, so especially the 1202. There's a beautiful wicking to it. Now then we had, it's actually, if I look at it now, see when I have a lot of paperwork and things like that, I'm just not. It takes. You have your own account. Never really tried prop. For me personally, so much rules, and I would have to adapt my trading style too much. Yes, I agree. So it is a different. I approach them differently. I do. Yeah. But I mean, this. I think it is a luxury. I think the prop firms to have on the side, but I think it's good that everyone should try when you make money, when you to build it up and get your own account as well, because you never know things they go out of business, things like that. So how long have you been training, Philip? Hello, Salam Maya. I hope I pronounce it. How are you doing? I am doing great. Well, trading wise, I'm not really interested. I'm going to be stopped out on my paper trade because I made a stupid mistake. Yeah, I mean it's FOMC in the rate. I mean I'm gonna exactly. I don't expect too much, and it's always like this, right? But what do you think, Philip, is going to happen if we? I mean it's quite. I mean we can expect the rate cuts, right? So I think everything will fly. But it's flying already technically, but it's just flying in not such a nice way, I guess. But you know, I really enjoy tape reading and going over price action and going over models. What's your model? What do you trade ICT, by the way? Guys, I want to share. I mean, listen, this London session. Oh yeah. I want to get into trading. I am a long-term investor in crypto, but I don't day trade. Hello, Dolly. Were you fighting just now, my love? Let me check you. You okay? No, she's not a fighter. It's not her. So I want to get into that maybe as well, but you trade Bitcoin. Oh, Salam trades Bitcoin. Yeah, I mean, I'm very. I think that's. But it's a totally different. The levels are different, and but I am. We had another guy here as well. He was a Dutchie, just like myself. He trades crypto as well. So I told him as well because we just opened a Discord. Like I would love to see his trading style, how he uses some levels and stuff like that, because the levels are different. But I want to share something with you that was this morning, and I missed it because I was looking at a level below. But that ICT really, I don't think it gets better than this. What he has shared, and now let me see, where did I post it? Let me share it with you guys. Oh, it was NQ. I'm sorry. It was NQ. It was NQ. It was NQ, I believe. It was 420. I know it was 420. Let me go to the 15-minute. Yeah, I have a Discord. Yes, you're more than welcome to. And if you have, I would love to. It's in the. Did I not put it in the chat? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me. I put it in the Discord. I'm gonna get that picture and I want to share it. Was it the 1 hour? There was SMT, and it was a higher time frame wicks, and it was just. I mean, yeah, it was this one here. I guess. So. Yeah, here you go. Okay. Now I'll go to the. I'm gonna just grade this one here. So this is what ICT has been sharing in his latest videos. Now I know it might be a little bit advanced, but it's not. You see this wick here on the side. He uses the the daily ones, but there is nothing else. The 1 hour is the same as the 15 and the 30, I believe. So let me. I'm going to show you something. And let's go to the 15. Here we go. Here we go. I'll go to the, so you see the 15-minute here. I'm going to go to 30 minutes of more data. Or it's less, it just looks better. Now. Oh no, I have to go to the 15 because the SMT was on the 15-minute. Now there was SMT exactly here in this area. And then with this wick exactly touching the 1/3 level, and boom, the reversal came. So SMT in combination, SMT in combination with, if you use those wicks, it's just, obviously SMT is one of, I mean, I don't take a distribution trade anymore without SMT, but now I'm adding those wicks, which he goes over that in his last 2 videos, basically maybe even last 3. Guys, if you are into SMT, if you're into ICT, you have to. You'll be light years ahead of most people. I'm telling you. I had my best gold trade last week because of it. I missed this one because what I was looking at, in all honesty, I was looking at this 4-hour wick, 4-hour fair value gap below it. So, oh my God, guys, stop it! Everyone is fighting. I'm sorry, you hear a lot of barking and cats at the moment. What's going on with my chart here? Something's wrong with my chart. I was looking at, I thought we might get into this 4-hour fair value gap here. So that was my distraction a little bit, and there was another level, and I just thought, okay, we're gonna go there, but we had a little bit of a delay here because look at this beautiful area here. So it did not go below here, but beautiful. So I just wanted to share that. I was when I looked into like, okay, what happened there? Why did I miss that trade? Why didn't I, my short, I had to get out of my short. It was a profit one. But that, yeah. So you learn every time. You learn something new. Every time, every day we get 1% better, right? That's enough. That is enough. Okay, are we gonna go? Oh, we are going down. Maybe let's go. Let me go over to check questions. That's a big question. I mean, if there's no rate cut, that will be used to reprice to the huge NWOG, exactly. But just like you said, we're already flying a rate cut is expected, so we could expect. Well, it could also be baked in the price, and then we get a big drop down, right? So everybody is surprised because that's what they do sometimes as well, because everything is baked in, and we've been going up already. And then we get the rate cuts, and they're like, we're just going to bring it down because everybody will be, we're going to pull the rug out of everyone. So, yeah. Salam, I just asked you how long you experienced the trade miss. You want to you want me you want to know how long I've been trading. I've been trading for 6 years and 3 years ICT. No, let me put it. Yeah, I've been studying. I started studying ICT 3 years, and since then that made me profitable. So if you need experience or you need to learn, get your own model, then I would highly, highly advise you to study ICT and hang out here with very nice other traders of all levels. And we're here to learn, and we're here to grow. So in the Discord, I've just started because thanks to Eugene, he helped me set it up. We just open it up, but we open it up even though it's not fully populated yet. It's just for us to share and to be able to communicate outside the YouTube channels. And for me, it's also like I have a lot of things I want to share. And sometimes like, oh, could you give me that document? And I'm like, oh, how do I do it on YouTube? Oh, I can't do it on YouTube. So yeah, so I'm making the educational area for ICT for beginners because I know it's overwhelming when you go to his YouTube channel because there's a lot of information right there. So I'm trying to build a area for beginners and then intermediate and then maybe advanced because I think we can grade his how he shares the knowledge. But hey guys, what he's sharing right now, I mean, I don't think it gets better than that, but it is a little bit intermediate. So you have to have your basis. But hey, there's nothing. It's easy for you to get the basis because it's all out there. You just need to put in the time. And if you're not lazy, anyone will become profitable. But you just need to work a little bit harder than the average person. That's it. Study a little bit harder, and it's all there. It's out there, and for me, I think that I would not be profitable without ice. If I wouldn't have run into ice, I would still be. I don't think I would be profitable. I think because I would be like still trusting those retail things, and I just I think it's sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not, and you just don't really know why. And with ICT, I have the exact science, and I can grade things, and I can find logic behind it. But Salam, please join the. I mean, if you want to really, I really, my purpose of this channel is to, to build a community where we help each other, where we grow together, where we learn together, every level is welcome. And for me, I mean, even though I might have a few models, but I still feel like, hey, there's still a lot to learn for myself as well. I missed that good trade. I didn't see those levels for this morning, and I miss good trades sometimes. Sometimes I hit them on the nail, but hey, there's still a lot of times that I have to really go back into the charts and I go, what did I miss? And 6 years in is not a lot, and just actually I consider it 3 years if I really consider this, that I started ICT 3 years ago. Yeah, it's a big mirror, the market. I had to fight impatience, things like that. I still have to battle that, to be honest. Hey, Woodsy, I've been trading a year and a half, started right away with ICT. You are lucky. I was 100 away from my first on the train and blow it yesterday. Any words of advice? Woodsy, I think that was a day. Yesterday was a day for that. Yeah, to be honest, I was 100 away from my first payout. That sucks. That really sucks. And I feel you. But I think it's how can I say that? Did you trade yesterday and got to 200, or was your account already just 100 away yesterday when you started, or was it did you get to that level yesterday? I'm just curious. I already friend request your Discord. Oh, but did you enter the Discord, or yeah, just come in, just join us, and ask any questions if you have specific topics where you want to. Because for me, it also helps me to if I get your feedback from people that are beginner, like, hey, this is what I need, and sometimes because you don't know, right, and then I might make it too complicated. So I appreciate your feedback, Salam. So Woodsy, the first thing that I populated in the Discord channel was the psychology channel, and because I found some really, really good YouTube links that I actually listen to myself. Sometimes when I wake up, I just put them on, and because once I start trading, and did you just stopped out? I was stopped out, correct? Yeah. Yeah, Karam. It was stupid. It was a stupid trade that I put on. I'm just not in the mood for trading, to be honest now, because price action has been shit. But Woodsy, it is very simple. I mean, you're 100 away and you just want to get it done, and then you have one losing trade, and then your brain goes into a loop, and it wants to fix it. And if you don't walk away and get it's actually biology, right? So your amygdala, and your cortisol levels, it goes up, and your body wants to, your mind just wants to fix it. So you want to go in, you go back in, because that's how you fix it. That's how your brain is wired. And the rest we all know, right? And then you have another small loss and another small loss. So the only way to tackle that is, there's two things. I actually made a video on that. If you get into that loop, you either need to walk away, but it's really hard because you're sort of like you're sort of like focused on, oh, I need to fix it. Or if you don't want to walk away from your desk, you need to trade away, and that's really hard, but you need to start doing that. And you see me sometimes do it on stream. I do it on stream, even though it's a paper trade. I actually what I did here, I want to journal what I did. You have to journal that trade, because in your brain, it closes that loop. It doesn't feel the need. So if you journal that losing trade, so you go over it, you journal it, it closes the loop of your brain wanted to solve the issue. So journaling solves the issue. So but it's hard to do it. You need to really train yourself, or just walk away, go for a little walk, because that brings your cortisol levels down. It brings you back to neutral. So you don't have that urge to go back in and to either lose your account and things like that. It still happens. If I don't do that, it happens to me still. Even though I can explain it to you, but if I get into that loop, and if I don't walk away or don't journal, I could go on and on and on until I lose my account. And it's weird. It's just a weird thing. And I do have discipline in life, and I do have, but it's biology. I really, it is biology. It's not only discipline. So um, so that will be my advice. And don't be too hard on yourself, because it happens to. I mean, I think it happens to everyone. I mean, because the markets are designed around fear and greed, and they know exactly how our brain functions. So yeah, but hey, I was already there. I was risking 0.2, and sometimes risking, yeah, for 2 months of hard work lost in a day. It's painful. I feel for you, and I think, I've been there as well. Um, I've been there. Yeah. And also, I'll tell you my worst story. That was actually one that I passed my account, but I thought, okay, let me trade my evaluation. And then I got into, but I accidentally got back into the past evaluation. So I went, and then I got a losing trade. And then I was, oh my God, I need to fix it. And I lost that account on that same day, even though I already passed it. That was my worst one. And believe me, you're sick to your stomach when that happens. That was really painful. So yeah, but it's biology. So don't, it's really not. There's nothing wrong with you. And I got very fascinated by that whole thing. Like, oh my God, I've got such a good model, and I really thought I really, um, I have some technical knowledge, and I'm consistently profitable. But sometimes I used to also, why is that happening? And yeah, no, it's horrible. It makes you sick to your stomach. You're sick. Yeah, and you never, and then, but the weird thing, Woodsy, is you tell yourself it will never happen again, but it will happen again if you do not close that loop in your brain. If you not realize it is your brain, you need to fool your brain. Otherwise, it will happen again. It will happen over and over and over. So you either really need to walk away, or you really need to either journal. You need to close that loop in your brain, so your brain is satisfied that, okay, you know what, I don't need to solve it anymore. It's done. Yeah. But yeah, I made a video on it because I was fascinated. Like, hey, why does it happen to me? And also other traders that I knew that are really, actually really good traders. I'm like, why are they doing this? Are they, they I thought it came with I thought, like, oh, once you become profitable, you also have that thing covered. No, you do not. It's just like, we're humans, and we have weaknesses, and this is one of them. So we have to really fight it, and fool your brain. Repro. Karam, I know you're a good trader, and are you how do you deal with getting into a loop, or do you have that issue? Um, if things don't go your way, and you almost, because I know you trade like you go very shortly in the market, and you take your thing, but I'm just wondering if you have some strategies on that as well. I think, everybody knows how it feels, but it's horrible. But you'll get over it, Woodsy. It's real. It's part of. You need to feel the pain, and then at some point you really don't want it anymore, and then you'll walk away at some point from your desk. Um, and sometimes you don't, and then it'll happen again. Hey, listen, I think it will happen to me also once in a while again, and then you have a very strong reminder what to do. But I just think it's not only discipline, it's also biology. So it is bloody biology. I would love to hear if someone here in the chat is able to, or if they have other ways of dealing with this, because I would love to hear that. And if they do, if they manage to be able to walk away, or if they have other things they do to, if I lose one or two, I don't think that's it. Okay, and I'm up. Yeah, so you stop, right? So you said, I remember you said that yesterday. Hey, I'm down 1%, but everything is fine. So you just stop trading when you're down. You're just fine. You don't you don't mind, but you just stop, right? Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah. Yeah, so he's managing his he just yeah. That's cool. I love to hear that. But Woodsy, I hope you feel you can you can eat something at some point again. And yeah, check out the I put really some good links in the channel because the psychology links, and I think they're pretty awesome. And I think they are. I just put 3 links in, and that's it, because I think those few channels, they just cover it all. And I actually bumped into them not even such a long time ago, and even the topic that we just talked about, I actually was interested in a few months ago. That I'm like, oh, it's actually all there as well. And oh, it was yesterday. Yeah, yeah. Okay, good for you. Yeah, but yeah, it's good that you bring it up. I think a lot of people can relate to it, and especially on days like this. Yesterday, we had also someone in the chat, and he said, "Oh, I had already 4 losses on my evaluation, and now I'm playing my live account." And I said, "Oh no, please get out of it, because it's just, you already." And he got out, luckily, because yesterday was also a very low probability day, and we need each other as well to tell it. I mean, that's why I love the community that we you'll see me sometimes, and you guys, when you can still tell straight away when I have FOMO. It will not be a secret. You will see it, and you will see that I will get in, and I say, oh, I'm just marketing order in. I won't give you any analysis. It would just be no logic, and then I will feel shame. I will feel shame, but it will happen once in a while. And then your girls need to, hey, isn't a FOMO trade, or what's the logic behind the trade? And then I'll get red cheeks, most likely. Yeah. It won't happen a lot, but it will happen once in a while, especially when I'm tired. But anyway, so that's a little heads up. But I shouldn't have told you that. But hey, yeah, just don't call me out. Hey, what's the logic behind the trade, by the way? What's the model you're trading? And I'm like, okay, guys, it's FOMO. Yeah. But no, I'm pretty, I mean, I must say that the stream really helps. Uh, mm. Yeah. Let's check gold again. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think we're just hanging out now today. So I use those levels here, those gradients here as well on gold, and let me go to the higher time frame. They work so nicely. Look at this again. Is it the daily that I marked? Yes, I'm using this daily wick here, so the longest one. So let's see if price is going to go over the 25, the highest wick that's right over here. That's 25% of the daily wick. So you can see here it wicked into it and went down, and it went straight into the lower one. So it was bouncing. So literally you can take trades. So if it's in consolidation. Thank you, Woodsy. We'll see you soon again. Take care. So what I also noticed, when you're in consolidation and use those references, you can literally bounce around between. You see this? You can bounce around between those levels as long as you're in consolidation. Karam, I only do. I used to be married to NQ. I used to be only NQ, 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 but on community request, people were starting to ask me, oh, could you please go over gold? And I noticed some other people were also doing gold. And I was like, well, gold must be interesting that so many people are so enthusiastic about it. So I started to go into it 2 weeks ago, and I fell in love with gold. It was very clean. So now gold is on the menu as well. So according to NQ, I am cheating now. And yeah, so I'm also now NQ is part of gold is part of the family. Yes. So it's gold and NQ. So, life was very easy when you only had one chart. I was very, well, it's weird to say intimate, but the levels on NQ, I was very comfortable, and I just, trading only one instrument is very easy because you just know the levels very well. But now sometimes I miss things a little bit because I have to get used to going back and forth between gold and NQ. But I mean, I had my best trade on gold last week, and it was 120 points trade on gold, and yeah, but I mean, so far so good. I mean, I've done really well on gold, I must say, honestly. But manipulation is nice when you when you see it happening. But yeah, I'm still working on. I'm still careful. I only trade, by the way, the micro gold. So I'm not trading the gold futures. It's the micro gold that I trade actually. So, but hey, listen, I think it's quite clean. I do like it. So we'll see. But yeah, and Q and gold. So I mean, it's just one. I think two is enough. But yeah, I don't have any plans to do anything else. But I am interested in. Um, I might be interested in crypto, but not on stream. I think that's something maybe for outside the stream. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's good sometimes to have some other things to look into. But Karam, did you? I can't remember. I think you told me, but I can't remember. You're only NQ, right? Um, but it's not a pair, by the way, because it's it's just the futures, it's just an instrument, the indices. Yeah. So the interesting part is that people told me, oh yeah, gold's only interesting in pre-market, but I've seen a very good moves in like that 120 point move that I had last week. That was during London. So apparently it moves really well. But hey, listen, it's NQ forever. Yeah, hey, I love NQ, but not today. Today's and yesterday also was not very I didn't like it. But we'll see. But hey, I don't think I will ever not trade NQ. It will always. I don't think I will ever go back to stocks or things like that. I mean, you know, I wonder what's going to happen when they're going to tokenize NQ, when everything is going to go on blockchain, how that will impact things. I wonder how that really will change, if that would change anything. And if it's going to be 24/7, we don't have any overnight gaps anymore, maybe. So there might be some differences, but we'll see. I try, but I think scalping gold is just prepaying. Um, yeah, well, I just think like if something works, why change it and just stick to whatever? But I think also because I just started gold because on stream and I got a request and then I sort of like, hey, it's actually really nice. I like it. It's clean and I can see the levels. It's basically I do the same thing as I do on NQ. So I trade the same levels. I use the same models. Everything is the same. If it would be different, I would not even touch it, not at all. So that's why I added it. And if it becomes difficult, she's out. He's out. Simple as that. So as long as it's fun, it's okay. But if it becomes difficult and I get like losing trades, I'm not gonna touch it anymore. But today, when days like this, everything is just shit. It doesn't really matter. And Q, gold, they're all um, no, that was really a short. That was a stupid. So why did I open that position? I thought there was SMT and there was something else. I can't remember. But then I saw it quite quickly and I did say it and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'll be stopped. I need to journal this straight away because I made a stupid mistake. And I just let it stop out. Yeah, that was a very dumb trade. There was enough for me to see that it wasn't a good trade. But I'm just when I'm busy with things like paperwork and stuff like that, and I'm just not. And then I get on stream and I thought, oh, okay, I see a good trade. I do believe the level might be in the high, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if we are not going higher than this. That might be the manipulation a little bit today, but we'll see. I'm not too sure if it really would go over this level, but I am stopped out because it goes over here. But let's see if it makes an equal high, for example, or if it does go out over this level for the PM session. Let's see. I just, I wouldn't be surprised if this might be um, the high, but we'll see. But yeah, there was no point in that trade. You were right about that. Yeah. And this opening range gap was here as well. I marked this for my journal. I haven't journaled properly yet, but like this was a retest of a root candle that I used, 1202. And then that should have been my confirmation to not go short at all. There were more things I can't remember, but I thought it would go from. Oh yeah, I said, oh, my model, my 10-4 model will play out, and then I already said like, no, I didn't move my stop. I just let it play out. So I have it on. But technically, I should have waited for it to go below the 10 o'clock price, and it didn't even go there. So that was already an indication. And I said everything on stream, like, and I was like, actually, I said it, and I went in, and it was really stupid. It was a stupid trade, but it was a paper trade. But it still makes me sick when I do those things, to be honest. I have to journal it. Um, well, it doesn't really make me sick, but it doesn't make sense when like let's say you have one bullet, like to say, and you have to spend it really well, right? Um, so that's it. Yeah. But I wonder if we are going to fill this gap today. I'm curious to see. Or if it's just going to leave it for tomorrow, with the rate cuts, even though the rates are going to go, if we get the rate cut, it might still go, things might go down. Is anyone in a trade? I don't think so, right? So, Karam, did you have your trade today already? Yeah, you only go in when the market goes open, right? Did you have a good opening trade? How was the market this morning? I think it was good, right? Or it just chopped. Market went open. Did you take this trade? But I still love NQ. I mean, it's okay to have an off day, right? We have an off day sometimes, so we can give NQ an off day too. It's okay, NQ. You have your off day. We'll just watch you. We'll just hang out here. Yeah, you had two winning trades. What did you want to share your trades? Which levels or what time did you get in? Or you had two longs? Yeah, so tomorrow, London, I'm not going to stream because I need to do some personal stuff. Plus, we have I don't think it might be a nasty session anyway, and I don't think I don't think I'm going to go sooner than 1:30 because of the FOMC. So I'll make a stream for 1:30 and then all the way to, I guess, the end of the day. There's a lot of earnings, by the way, this week, right? Oh, that's what everyone also says. They're holding the price also because of the earnings. What is today? Are there any earnings today? After Let's see which one on Nasdaq have earnings today. Today is 28th of October, right? Yeah. Visa. Okay. Not really. I don't think really. Yeah, Visas might be the biggest one or not. PayPal. So fine. Not the big ones. I don't see any big ones. I don't think there's really something very significant today. Let's see tomorrow. Oh, Microsoft tomorrow, Google tomorrow, Meta tomorrow, Caterpillar, Boeing, Banco Santander, Verizon. Oh, tomorrow is a little bit. Tomorrow is a bit spicy. Okay. eBay. Let's see Thursday. Thursday we got Apple, Amazon, Eli Lilly, Shell. Okay. Shell. See, I wouldn't be surprised if this is really the high. But anyway, we'll see. We will see. Mm, 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 mm. Let's have a look at gold. See? Now gold is slowly making its way up into this opening range gap. It might go all the way back up to the NWAC again, right? I do see some nice entries here, but that was in the morning, 10:40. I wasn't trading. Retest of the um oh crazy kitty. Um Settlement price, I'm sorry. Oh no, this is not the settlement price, this is actually the event horizon. So this is the midpoint. This line is the midpoint between two N walls, between this one and this one. So it's a very strong point of liquidity here. You see it retests it, boom, goes back up. So time 12:35, 10:40 on the 5 minute. We can have a look at the 1:30 to 2 a.m. Might give a nice. Let's see if it just gives a move, right? This one's retested here. Now, where can we get a new retest? There's nothing here, so this will be the next area which we want to see retested for entry. Let's see if it gets above it, and then maybe retest it, and then takes it higher. So I would only enter if I would really have a proper retest of something, either a breaker, like say if it would disrespect this bearish in fair value gap, so it inverts this, right? So it goes over it. I would like this to see retested and then move up. And it's actually a beautiful level. Why? It's also the 1/3 level of this opening range gap. You see this little red line here? I would love that to be retested. So I would not take it if there's distribution out of it. I would wait for the retest and then take it higher. But if there's no retest, yeah, that was yesterday. There was no retest at all. There was just one trade that had S&T, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was the gold trade. But hello, SK. How are you doing? I'm doing fine. We're just tape reading and just looking at price action being a little bit shitty and I think we're all good, just not really putting our money on the line and waiting for tomorrow with the FOMC news and a lot of earnings tomorrow. There are some earnings today as well, but I think Visa is the biggest one, I think, today. But I don't believe that is the reason for the price action. That is like so. How are you doing? Have you been trading today? How's it going? Okay, let's see if the 1:30 to 2 o'clock gives some nice price action. Let's quickly look at. I do like the setup here, though. It's sort of like we are above the midpoint, right? So it's like ping pong. It goes from here to the midpoint. We retest it, and then it goes up further down to finalize them. It's a full market maker sell buy model, right? It's beautiful. Where's the original consolidation? It always goes back to the original consolidation to finalize the model. Now, where is the model? Where is it? Here's consolidation. It happens to be near the end wall, right? So let's see. It first needs to go above midnight and daily open. So let's see if it makes it way. Bye, Karam. I got to work out. So take care. Thank you for popping by. Say hello. Appreciate it. Have a nice workout. See you soon again. It's looking at price action like this, and even if it's low prob, you learn so much from if you start recognizing low probability. I think that's also going back to what Woodsy said, and I can't remember who was it yesterday. Oh, Sina. It was Sina that he said, "Oh, I'm just in the trade." But I think it's also when you start recognizing the low probability scenarios and that you're more okay to not to trade because you really recognize. So you really understand. Okay, I'm not going to make any money on this with this price action. My model's not here. It's not my favorite. Now I don't think anyone is its favorite way of trading, but if you don't really see that, you might just be sort of like, oh, you're not aware of the low probability, and you just think it's you, right? That you don't have you just think, okay, if you go in blind, maybe sometimes, or you don't have a proper model yet, then you are more subject to fall into that trap. So I think tape reading And sitting through this time through this price action like we're doing now is actually quite valuable, I think, because you used to really start to see, okay, um, you know, how many fair value gaps are there actually created? Yeah, there are a few, but look at this bar. You start recognizing it, and there's hardly any distribution moves. It's just one. There's one, one candle once in a while. Then it goes back into consolidation. One again. It goes. It's just continuously high resistance, and um, and I think it's valuable just to sit through it and just watch it, and and at some point you get to a point that you open your chart, you see, and you close your chart and you do something else, right? I don't mind sitting through here, but I think it's good to learn to start recognizing it, so you are easier to not fall into that trap anymore. That's the point of that. Just it's not. I don't. I guess everybody understands we're not sitting here desperately waiting for a trade, right? I'm not. I'm just tape reading and just maybe there is a trade. You never know. We could be surprised, but it's okay if there's not for me. Let's quickly look at NQ. Yeah, totally uninteresting, right? Yeah, like I said, I'm really curious to see if it does go over this level. I'm really surprised then if it does, to be honest, because I wouldn't be surprised if this is the range, the high of the day, but we'll see. Could be, might go higher, but it's just it makes sense that it makes it's too easy, right? If you're gonna make it high, I might just go over it a little bit. Yes, but you're untradeable. You are untradeable in every way. Untradeable. Ta-na-na. Choo-doo-doo. Choo-doo-doo-doo-doo. This is actually a nice time, the 130, but you see it's not moving much. If it doesn't move until 2 o'clock, we're just going to stop the stream, right? But we'll see. Maybe if we get some movement, just want to see some action. And if anyone has a topic you want me to talk about, maybe if you have something to go over, this is the time to do it, guys. If you want to go into the wick the theory that the ICT wick theory, the last videos, I'd love to go into that. Unforgettable. I think gold is a long. Um, but on the other hand, it also could be a short. But you have midnight exactly on the top of the opening range gap. We are already above the 50%. Yes, we are. It could be enough for it to go back down again, right? But look at the bodies already over the 50% of this fair value gap. Now that could be manipulation. It could, yes, it could. But it's also an algorithmic signature that it wants to. Let me see the market one. And this level is very significant, I think. It's my third level. We've got so many. Look at these levels here. Settlement price, daily open, the first presented fair value gap of the midnight. When it opened exactly. Midnight is algorithmically the opening of the algorithmic price delivery. It's right over here. Now I must honestly say that we always think, oh, midnight is so close, it's going to be there are a few times that it did not, and even though it was really close. So it does not have to do it. But we'll see. It did go into in an area of consolidation, so you can see, yeah, it went into consolidation, which doesn't, it can be finalized, right? You have wicks here. Let's see, does anything touch it? No, we still have, oh yeah, it does, this one here. Does it? Does it now? No, it does not. I have to measure, I have to find out. It's very important. This is important information. This low is, what's the low? 3985.9. 3985.9. Okay. 3985.7. No, so there's 2 ticks difference. So it did not close that. So this is important. This is not good. It looks like it did, but it did not. Relatively equal. Let's measure this. So you're so untradeable. This is the golden down here. But it could be enough. It could be enough. It could be enough. It could be enough. And if we take the whole range, we have a much higher range. This could be it, but this also could all the way here. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't tell us anything at the moment. We have to make it more smaller, micromanage it a little bit. Oh, look at this monthly opens right over here. That's going to be juicy for tomorrow. Well, today's Wednesday. It's Tuesday today, or is it? Yeah, Tuesday. We still got a whole week ahead of us. And we can look at the weekly range tomorrow. I'll do that in the. I'll do that and post that in the Discord. The weekly range, the expectations. You can have a look now. Let's have a look at the daily. Look at some of the weekly profiles. Now, do we have a Tuesday low? It's Monday, Tuesday. So technically we have a Tuesday low. I like that. I like Tuesday lows. Tuesday low profiles. Go over a couple. Actually, Tuesday low is one of my favorite, but sometimes you need to wait for Wednesday to see what happens. But This is the classic Tuesday low profile. So you have, I'm going to draw that quickly. It never works for me. I'm just going to do it like this. I need to do it so. So Monday, let's not doing it. So this is Tuesday. This is the Tuesday low. Then we go all the way up to Thursday. Boom. And then we have a TGIF. That's my favorite. Then you go back into the range 20%. This is a classic Tuesday low. Tuesday low right over here. So far we have that on gold. Yeah, so let's see what happens tomorrow. If we don't have a Wednesday low, this one is still in play. So that's very important, not to have another low on Wednesday. Then we have a classic. Then this is then that will could give a TGIF. Now, what happens sometimes on a Tuesday on this weekly profile, you can get your TGIF already on Thursday. So it goes already in the range on Thursday, and then you have like a little bit of a consolidation day, and it just doesn't really take out a new high. So that's always something to take into consideration. It doesn't have to go into the weekly range on Friday. You could do it on Thursday already. So that's that. Let's have a look at NQ. Do you have that? It's a little bit different now, right? We don't have a Tuesday low. Oh, we have a Tuesday high because we're going higher. We're higher than Monday's high, right? Now, yeah, definitely. This Monday. This Tuesday. Now there are more options with this one, but I don't really like it. I prefer a Tuesday low always. Always. Those are much better. Because there are more options, but which ones? I don't want to take two. I don't want to have too many. When there, so when I have a Tuesday high, I always want to wait for Wednesday because that gives more information. Because otherwise, there's so many options with the Tuesday high. Um, yeah, I'll wait for that one to see what happens tomorrow because then it's easier to get into the. But it's more of the time. It's sort of more of the time a Tuesday high gives a bearish scenario. No. I should not say that's not true. No, that's not true. Um, it could be bearish for tomorrow until Wednesday, and then you get the reversal. But it doesn't have to be bearish for the whole week. No, I'm forget what I said. I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, and it goes the other way around as well. I mean, we can have a Tuesday low and a Wednesday high, and then we can still also turn bearish on NQ. So it still goes both ways. That's why. But it's always good to go over scenarios and see what happens on Wednesday. Then you're prepared. And okay, that happened on Wednesday, so now we might be bullish or bearish for Thursday and Friday. So it's always good. But yeah, I'll do them fully on. I'll have them prepared on um, tomorrow after 2 p.m. because then we've got all the information and it's easier to really make a better to draw them out because then you have Wednesday as well to add. So okay, how's it going? Oh my god, this 130. That's actually when you have this price, you already know it's not going to be a lot. So um, I think at 2, if nothing happens, we're just going to leave it. We're going to do some other stuff then. We also can do some, it's one of those days that you can spend time on something else than trading, right? Or you just study, backtest, or whatever, or just do something else and not lose any money. Okay, so we went over this high already. Okay, 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 NQ. Okay, but we're not looking at you. We're looking at our friend gold. Okay, there we go. You'll be back tomorrow. Okay, so it's respecting this fair value gap now for the time being to the downside. So ICT has taught us, look at the low. In this case, it's the low that has been created after 10 o'clock. And that is then, oh, okay, did not take it out in lunch here. You see here, this was the first low after 10 o'clock. It has not been taken out during the lunch macro. Now let's see if it's bullish enough to go back up, or is it is it going to go all the way down to that level? Because we do have a first presented fair value gap there as well, right here. But I guess one of those days nothing will be retested anyway, so no retests. Oh, I have someone subscribed today. Thank you. I appreciate that, especially on a day like this. Thank you, guys. You know, we have a lovely or such a nice community already, and I love that it's like so that it's not that big yet, and it's just nice and compact. But yeah, I just like it how it's going, and that it's just really personal still, and I want to keep it that way. Actually, to be honest. So. Now I don't mind if it grows a little bit, but obviously I don't want it to expand into that it gets some, you know, that you get these weird chat things, and I see sometimes in other to deal with all the weirdos coming in. My drinky. I don't think anyone is still on a trade, right? If you see something that might be interesting, I don't think so. The only thing that I can frame right now in gold is okay. It's respecting the fair value gap, but where's, by the way, my first presented in? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, why are you not showing yourself? Where are you? There you go. Why are you not? Oh, here it is. Okay, I see it here. Okay. Okay, let me get rid of the opening range gap. We've seen it, right? We don't need it. I've got to grade it. This is the grading of the opening range gap. So you see there's a first presented fair value gap also exactly in that fair value gap. You see it right over here. And it went into it and then it went out of it. But what are you trading? You go, normally that is, if you, that's also you can use those as premium discount as well. But again, where's your proper retest? Yes, it goes out of it, and then you have two of these little candles, and that's it, right? It doesn't really. Okay, yeah, you do have a sort of a retest. It goes out, but it retests here and goes back in, boom, and then it goes out of the fair value gap, and then you have a retest of the fair value gap, and then you have this. How many points is this? I'm just not interested in these little. Well, on gold, it's still a lot of money. Consider if you, even with the micro gold, it's 100 points, $100. But I would not have been able to. I would not have taken. I would have taken it to. I would have used this wick here. I wouldn't have got farther than this. But not even. Maybe even just to here. Maybe even here. It's a little gap. I would have traded time. Let's see if we used the macro time. This is 46. It leaves it and then it runs 49, and then in the macro we have this. Yeah, what do you do? It's no macro time. So macro time. Now this would have been a trade here when you have a retest of the event horizon, but again it's outside macro. Everything is out. Every retest that you see is outside macro. But from here maybe to that, you can use this. Okay, I do see a trade here. If you see this kind of creation of liquidity and you have do you really see a trade here, or are you just talking out of your? Okay, let me just. Okay, so you have an inversion. So you have this creation of liquidity during lunchtime, right? Now the only thing that I don't like is that this wick is higher than that wick. So I would have liked it if there was a gap here a little bit, like a little opening. But let's say this whole fair value gap wasn't here because we didn't mark it yet. So you have this here. You have a little bit of a. For me, it would be okay. We have a retest of this event horizon, which is a very solid point of liquidity. Like it's just as equally important as an N walk. It's the midpoint of an N walk of between two N walks, but it's equally has a once it taps into it, you can expect a reaction of it. So I would see that. Then I would obviously you need like displacement, and then you have your liquidity here. You have your point of interest, right? And then you have it goes back into the range. You mark this, and then it's point. Okay, where are you going to take it? Now this is very okay. We have the macros here. This would be my first entry, 1256, but then it would retest it again. Okay, let me put. It is just a 1-to-1, I think. So am I interested in that? Not really. Or what am I doing? Sorry. Hey, go away. Let me mark it again. This will be a 1-to-1, I think. Now, why did I mark it like this? Let me go over it quickly so I see it. I marked this, right? Just this little gap here. You can do that. You can use this, even though you might say, "Hey, that's not an fair value gap." Because of this imbalance, you can use this one. Okay, but in this case, it's not. It's just bullshit trade. But we're gonna agree because we're looking for. Okay, now where would I put my? If this would be my, if I would use this area here, I would put it below the gap here. But technically, you have to do it here. It's not. It's even. Yeah. And then you take. Oh, it's still a 3-hour trade. It's not that bad. Okay, that will be the trade. You get in. Oh no, it is not good. No. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting tired. Here you go. It's a one and a half. It's 1.5 trade. So okay, on a day like that, because you've created liquidity here, you have a sweep and into an event horizon, which is a very solid point. You have this little area here, so this is your benchmark a little bit. So you look at how's it behaving around this area here. Okay, it wicks around, it goes over it, and then you're looking for a retest, and then these are your retests. 1, 2, and then you have lift off. 1 o'clock. Boom. And I would not take it. I would not have. Yeah, you could take this liquidity, but I would not on a day like that. Would not take it. And then it goes back into this range and retest it again, right? But now it becomes low probability. So I guess that was the only trade. But I'm not interested. GC, what is NQ doing? Ooh, NQ is slowly going up and grinding up. Guys, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I don't think there's much really to go over anymore. If there's something that might be interesting, I might make a print screen and post it in the Discord. Just like journaling, like, hey, that might have been an option of like something that is valuable to share. Yeah. But for now, I don't think there's much to go over. Anyone else has something they want to add or want me to look at or anything before we end it? There's nothing. No, I don't think so. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and let's hope tomorrow after. Hey, someone else subscribed as well. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't miss any chats. No, I did not. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna make a stream, and it's gonna be 1:30ish, and then hopefully we have a nice day with the rate cuts. Thank you, everyone, and see you tomorrow. Or I'll see you in the chat on the Discord.